Hello, everybody. So this is our continuation of F5 ASM, that is WAP. So in this session, we'll try to see what is SQL injection attack. We'll try to see some overview, and while doing implementations, we'll try to do some attack and how we can mitigate it with the help of ASM. Okay. Before that, guys, it is very, very important to understand the response code status. So there are some code response code status, which is very, very important to understand. For example, if you're working as a tier 3 engineer or you're working on F5, okay, and someone has read a complaint and they have assigned the incident maybe in your queue and share a snapshot. In snapshot, we are getting, you are getting some code there. For example, 404, 401, 503. So what is that code? And what is the meaning? Like we on the basis of code, we can recognize like, okay, where is the gap? And it is issued from the client side or server side. So it is very, very important to understand. Okay. So we have some series, guys. For example, 100 series. So like one XX. So just consider XX means any another number like 101, 102, for example. So if you're getting anything, you are for example, if you're accessing anything on the browser, for example, facebook.com, youtube.com, and you are getting code like 100 series. So it means the request was received and the process is continuing. So this is the informational code, guys. Okay. Then we have 200. For example, 200. So if you're able to 200 means that is the successful result. So see, this is the response header of the server, and server is generally send this response header to the client, and it mentioned 200. 200 means it means the action was successfully received. So whatever request client generally sent to server, it is received and successfully delivered, successfully understood. So this is the meaning of 200. Okay. Then we have 300 series, guys. So if, for example, if you're able to see 302 means it is redirect the request from HTTP to HTTPS. Okay. Then we have 400. For example, if you are accessing the website and user getting maybe user is accessing the website and they are getting 404, 401, 400. So it is the client error. For example, in case of 404 means whatever website we are accessing, that is not the correct one. Okay. Or maybe whatever we are accessing that is not available on the destination site. So that is indicate 404. Okay. This is the client error. So 400 series code is client error. 500 series code is server error. Okay. So it means the server failed to fulfill an apparently valid request. Okay. So this is about the response code, guys. That is very, very important to understand. Perfect. I hope this is clear for everybody. Then it is very, very important to understand components of a URL. For example, if you are accessing HTTP, facebook.com, and there are some path is mentioned, some question mark is there. So what is that? Okay. For this example, http://m.test.com/training/f5 tutorial/index.html question mark product equal to ASM. What are the component here? So HTTP is the protocol. So this one is the protocols. So see the protocol use HTTP, HTTPS, FTP. So whatever it is using in the beginning, that is the protocol. And this is the host name, guys. Host name is current, so we can select the destinations from where we are, requesting our details. Like for example, home page, some other content. Okay. So this is about the host name. This is the path. So with the help of that, we are telling to destination we need this path from the server side, destination side. Okay. And question means this is the query, guys, and this is the path. And after query, whatever coming, after question mark, whatever coming, that is called parameters. This is the parameters. So after question mark comes after the query string and it gives the value. So this is the parameters. Okay. So this is the components of web URL, and it is very, very important to understand. And maybe it can be asked in the interview also, and it is very, very important while doing in troubleshooting. Okay. We have some web application vulnerability, guys, and we are going to cover one by one. So, like SQL injection, parameter tampering, sensitive data exposure, process scripting, okay, forceful browsing. Okay, so let's come to the SQL injection attack. So, SQL injection is a exploit in which the attacker insert SQL commands in the form of parameter values rather than legitimate data. So, guys, SQL injection is used to get the database server compromised. Attackers generally try to use some pattern, and there are some SQL patterns. And for example, if you're accessing your web server or application servers, so basically we have the web server. On top of that, we generally deploy application server. Behind, we have the database server to store all the details. For example, username, password, credit card information. So everything is stored on our database, right? I think everybody is aware about that. So attacker generally try to log in. So if you're accessing your database server or maybe web server, we generally put username and password, correct? Attackers generally try to use some pattern. We'll try to see some example also, like pattern example, and in lab we'll do testing also in our upcoming sessions once we cover all the theory part. Okay. So once they try to use some pattern, they can easily log into the database server. If there is no any protection is configured for that application server, or we can say that database. And once they log in, they can, they can, we can say like use your all the sensitive information like credit card number, username, password, other things. So this is called SQL injection attack. Okay. To exploit SQL injection flow, the attacker must find a parameter that the web application passes through to the database. So they try to use some parameter, and with the help of that, web application recognize, okay, this is the genuine request, and they can easily log into the database server. And if you configure ASM, it is going to be blocked. So this vulnerability allow an attacker to interfere with the queries that an application makes it to database. Okay. It generally allow an attacker to view the data they are not normally able to retrieve. This might include data belonging to other users or any other data that the application itself is able to access. So once they log in, they can access all the details, all the user information, credit card, and other stuff from the database. Database, we know very well where our data is stored, maybe username, password, credit card information, and other stuff. PAN card, Aadhaar card, just take example. In many cases, an attacker can modify or delete this data. They can also delete your data if they have the rights. If they got the access from the database server, of course, they have the right. They can do anything, causing persistent changes to the application content or behavior. So this is the meaning of SQL injection attack, guys. Okay, and these attack we can protect with the help of ASM, that is WAF. Okay, so this is the pattern, guys. This is the basic SQL injection pattern. For example, single quote or single quote one, single quote equal to one, single quote one. So if you generally try to use this in the place of username, so they try multiple pattern like this, and once they try, and if there is no any protection configured for the database, like ASM WAF is not enabled, database server recognize, okay, this is the genuine traffic, genuine username, and they can easily log in without putting password, guys, without putting password. Okay, so this is how SQL injection work. SQL injection attack work, guys, and with the help of ASM WAF, we can easily mitigate this attack. So this is the beauty of WAF ASM, guys. So I hope you guys have some idea now what is SQL injection attack, and I hope this video has been informative for everybody. So if you like the efforts, please share, like, subscribe to your circle, share this to the needed peoples and who want to build career in this field, guys. And let's meet on the next session with some new content, new topics. Thank you very much, and have a nice day. And thanks for watching.